In the course of just 3 days, a significant development unfolded on the battlefield in eastern Ukraine that demands our careful attention. What occurred represents a fundamental shift in how modern intelligence capabilities can determine the outcome of military engagements, particularly for viewers who remember previous conflicts where information advantage played a decisive role. The events surrounding Russia's 155th Naval Infantry Brigade illustrate something we have not seen at this scale in recent months. This was not the gradual erosion of combat strength that has characterized much of the fighting. Instead, what transpired was the rapid dissolution of an entire military formation within a time frame that caught even experienced military observers by surprise. Ukrainian intelligence services detected unusual patterns in Russian communications beginning 3 weeks ago near the Bakhmut sector. For those unfamiliar with military intelligence work, monitoring enemy communications provides critical insight into intentions and capabilities. When those communication patterns change dramatically or fall silent, analysts understand something significant is developing. The rhythm of Russian military communications, which intelligence officers had been tracking for months, suddenly altered. Routine coordination between supply units and combat commanders diminished. Encrypted transmissions from forward positions increased briefly, then stopped. This kind of radio silence typically precedes major military action. However, what Ukrainian signals intelligence detected instead was fragmented emergency traffic on frequencies reserved for crisis situations. These were not the carefully controlled communications that precede planned operations. They were distress signals using authentication codes that had not appeared in operational use for 8 months. Military organizations reserved these emergency protocols for 3 specific scenarios: mass casualties, complete breakdown of command structures, or total unit disintegration. Ukrainian analysts examining these intercepts understood they were observing one or possibly all 3 conditions affecting Russia's 155th Naval Infantry Brigade. This particular unit was not comprised of recently mobilized personnel. The 155th Brigade consisted of professional contract soldiers from Russia's Pacific Fleet, specifically deployed to penetrate Ukrainian defensive positions south of Bakhmut. Moscow had positioned this formation as a solution to Ukraine's effective defense strategy that had stalled previous Russian advances. By Thursday afternoon, intercepted communications revealed that the brigade had effectively ceased functioning as a cohesive fighting force. Intelligence Chief Kirilo Budanov briefed Allied intelligence partners on what Ukrainian officers had intercepted. Russian command structures were issuing evacuation orders, not tactical repositioning instructions, directing surviving elements to rally points more than 40 kilometers behind their original deployment positions. The intelligence package released by Ukraine's Defense Ministry contained intercepted communications that Western defense officials, after emergency consultations, characterized as authentic and indicative of complete unit breakdown. But intelligence gathering alone achieves nothing without operational response. Within 6 hours of detecting the brigade's collapse, Ukrainian artillery forces initiated precision strikes on withdrawal routes that Russian commanders had specified in their intercepted orders. These were not reactive counter-battery missions. They were pre-planned strikes on choke points, crossroads, and river crossings that Russian forces would necessarily use during withdrawal. Drone operators working with targeting coordinates from intelligence officers struck evacuation vehicles moving under darkness. Special operations teams positioned in advance along retreat corridors conducted raids capturing Russian soldiers unaware that their own communications had revealed their exact routes and timing. Ukrainian forces executed coordinated strikes on at least 9 Russian positions, including a forward command post established for coordination of the 155th Brigade's planned offensive. They struck ammunition stockpiles accumulated over weeks, field hospitals suddenly overwhelmed with casualties, and logistics nodes that became bottlenecks during chaotic retreat. Ukraine targeted the entire operational infrastructure, supporting a brigade-level assault, then systematically destroyed the remnants, did not merely intercept orders. He used them to eliminate operations in modern warfare do you find most significant. Share your thoughts in the comments below. Text here.